So today on the LS house, we get the car, we started up good.
Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. In this episode, we're going to be putting a GK Tech Hydro handbrake into the 350. So over here, we have the brake master cylinder, which normally runs straight into the ABS module, and then obviously to the back wheels. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to bypass the ABS module, so there'll be no ABS. It's a track car only. If you saw it on the street, no you didn't. So I'll show you the fittings that we're going to be using and what we acquired to get this job done, hopefully. We have 2 lengths of 316 wire, pipe, sorry, not wire. So I do have a big roll over there, but I just cut off these 2 pieces because that's all we should need, because we're only running from the master cylinder to the hydro and then off the hydro back to the master cylinder. So this is our master cylinder. As you've seen in the last episode, it's a nice wheelwood one. So we're just going to be coming off the master into here, back off there into our T that we've got here, which is a 10x1 inverted flare, I believe. I'm not 100% on that. And then out of there, we'll be going back into the factory rear brake lines. It will come straight into here. So it saves us having to make all new line to the back of the car, or a single piece all the way to the back of the car and to the wheels. And then we've just got our excess pieces, like for the master itself, which is another 10x1 fitting. Not sure what it is, you'll work it out. And then our spare 12x1 fitting it is, which comes out of the master cylinder and will be going to the, sorry, it comes out of the brake master cylinder, which will be going to the hydraulic handbrake master cylinder, because this is obviously an inline setup. I will try that fitting comes with the wheelwood thing. This one, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know it takes a 3/16 pipe, but I think it's imperial, this one, not metric, because obviously all the Japanese stuff is all metric. So, but yeah, so we'll jump into a little lapsy footage of what's going on. We've got to pull the center console out of the 350. Try and get in there. I don't know how that's going to go, whether we're going to break it trying to do it or not. So we've got to assemble the handbrake setup as well, but we'll just jump into probably, so we'll make one of these lines up. We'll flare one of these lines first. I obviously don't have to stress about it now, but always make sure when you're building hydraulic lines or brake lines or whatever you're doing, clutch lines even, you always put the fitting onto the piece of pipe. I can tell you I've done it twice in my lifetime, out of the 3 times that I've done it, that if you don't, you're going to hate yourself, because you're going to have to cut it and do it all again. And so our first line we'll be doing from the master to the hydraulic. So we need to check what flare we got running on here. I'm trying to do it without covering it. So I believe that's a single there. So I believe it's a single flare. So we'll go over to the device over here. So we'll be using this big dog here. If you don't have one of these, which you probably don't, because it's a quite expensive brake tool, fitting tool I should say, you'd probably be using something more along the lines of this, which is your cheap, generic $50 tool or something from Super Cheap or wherever you're from. They work, but they're more pain in the ass than anything, so you might stuff up a few goes. So just make sure you leave a little bit extra length on there in case you do stuff up, and you can cut it off and go again. If not, if you don't stuff up and you get it perfect, you can always chop you a little bit extra off this end. But we'll be using this puppy. And then this end straight on. And lift him up. Sit him in there flush. Like that. Pop him back over. Make sure he's flush again. So, bit like that. And then single flare should just be a matter of popping him in. And voila. Bit tighter. Yeah. See how that worked out. I haven't used this in a long time, so don't hold me to it. But yeah, not too bad. But I think I stuffed that up. Is that right? I think I used the wrong one.
Oh well, that's why we did the lines a little bit longer.
Alright, let's just try, maybe that one is a double flare. Okay, we're going to double flare this because we need a double flare anyway. And we'll go from there. Where did I put that thing?
What thing?
Okay. Blending in. Yeah. Oops, switch him around to the next setting. Yeah, that looks more like it, doesn't it? So that's your double flare. So what that is designed to do is, I'm not sure if the camera will focus enough. So that's your inverted. So that's designed so that little nipple there will seat onto that perfectly. It's actually quite a tight fit. So once you have a fitting on there like this, so like you'll screw in there and creates a nice flush seat. The first time you do these fittings up, you want to do them fairly tight because you'll be creating that first seat. And the first seat, you want it to be good. So yeah, that's one of our lines done and dusted, or half done, and then we'll start. Oh, so this one will be going to the master cylinder. But we've got to pull the inside of the dash out first and got to check our lengths and see how we go there. So let's get into the car. Alright, so in the car now, and we're going to work out what it's like to pull a 350Z apart. I don't have much confidence in this because I've tried pulling it apart before and it bloody wouldn't come apart. This thing's got no in threads.
Longest shifter thread in history.
Yeah.
No, do it the easy way.
What, from there?
No, do it from here.
Yeah.
Then
ribbon cable? You don't want to damage that. Just put it in the back seat. You got 2 Phillips heads here, and then another 2 up here, which I probably
we
can't
found
see.
2 up here.
That's probably good. Yeah.
You got 1, 2.
Oops. Haven't been using the screwdriver for very long. Nice little screw tray there, mate.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
Oh, Oh, we might actually have to though.
No, that's like dash stuff.
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've heard these things are expensive, so I want to try and not break it. But I can see it happening.
No way is that it.
Yeah, no, that's where I got to before. I think the stereo is like holding it in.
Alright, well, we're gonna fiddle around and we'll get back to you when we work out what it is.
Yes.
A few moments later.
Undo these two, maybe.
So, update. There is some extra screws down there that,
Finally freaking found.
yeah, not 100% sure if this is what's going to make it come out, but
I've been playing with it long enough. Oh my god.
oh my gosh.
Hiya. Right. Now we're on a bloody roll.
What we got up there? A couple of connectors.
That one. And the one on yours.
No.
Aha!
Bad we're not.
Put that somewhere.
In the bin. Right.
That gives us way more room.
Will that go in and push up? There's connectors on the back.
Yeah, I think that's control stuff.
You can go in a little bit more and get it to swing up maybe. Beautiful.
Alright, gives us a bit more room.
This will be, I bet you, oh, this is that bracket that the
other thing bolts to.
yeah, the master brace is off.
Alright.
Ah.
We've got to put the GK Tech bracket in there just so we can see what we're dealing with. This must have to be cut out, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Has to be.
because it bolts straight to that.
Alright, you got to go, little fella. Aha! Get out of here. Oh, there's that screw we're looking for.
Oh, and the other one.
Nothing.
Don't forget this
I don't even know what that does.
ground wire.
For something.
I mean, that's your ground for your stereo.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We are assembling the hydro setup outside of the car so we can easily put it in the car, and then all we need to do is run the lines in there, measure how much we need, cut off the excess, do the flaring, making sure the fittings are on the pipe, bolt it all up and bleed calipers, but we've got a lot to do before we get to that stage.
Well, that's not a good sign. Oh. I get it.
What?
We cut that out too, and then that big other metal bracket that we were supposed to bolt onto here becomes one. That makes sense.
So you cut the center out of that metal bracket, and then the new brace becomes that bracket.
Yeah. Alright. Something I prepared earlier. Well,
You get the point, but that bracket's going bye-byes.
anyway, you get the point. That's there. It's going to be doing that sort of thing.
That's that bracket that we kind of forgot about. And as to why it
Is
now
there
fits.
another bracket that needs to be cut out? Gee whiz. Oh, no we don't. No more.
Beautiful.
Like I bought one. Do you reckon that's what those other bag of bolts are for?
I mean that bag of bolts?
Yeah.
Nah, that was the screws.
No, it's not. They're screws. These are longer than them to do this.
Oh, through there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you meant through the holes in the back.
Oh, maybe that goes underneath that metal shroud. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it does. We're learning as we go, people.
Be right back.
12 seconds later.
There it is.
So, if you're trying to follow along at home, that rear bolt, flip it so that the thread is up because it interferes with the pan under there. So you're gonna flip that. Don't forget to put that bracket on. And yeah, metal thing on top of bracket. Profit.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know. We're just winging it. But, at the end of the day, it'll probably work. And we'll be laughing.
So,
Learning curve. This thing's coming off once again. Yo! Finally that rubber band's gone. Because I flipped this bolt around before, like Dan was saying, and turns out these bag of bolts that we were talking about before, there's little short stubby head fellas in there. I'm guessing that's to go down into the just underneath where the hind joint is, because now we're having clearance issues when we put the hydro handle in there. Third time lucky, hopefully.
one day, maybe.
We'll see.
Any good mechanics?
No, not around here.
Not around here.
Alright.
First time's the charm, eh?
Yeah, first try.
Nailed it.
That still works.
That's good.
Where Mr. Friggin' Handle go? This fella. Voila!
That's pretty much bang on.
Looks like it'll work.
That'll work.
Next! Hydraulic lines. The easy part.
Sure.
I need to drive this car home tonight.
I need to go home tonight.
It's overrated. Ow! That's a hole.
That'll do the job.
So we'll just make that a little bit bigger so we can fit the fittings through. Window things. And then, yeah.
Sorted.
Big dog.
So if you want to make your life easier, use the old lines as a template.
Hey.
Hiya.
Hiya. Let's see what that fits like. So, after a few more hours of stuffing around, we have got to the point where we're about to plumb these two lines into this T-piece here. The two lines, the one line from the master is ran to the hydro, and then the hydro line is ran back up to here. So it's just a matter of switching over those two lines, getting them teed in, tighten up all the fittings, top up the fluid, chuck it on the hoist, bleed the system up, because obviously it's dry as a bone at the moment, so it's going to take a bit of bleeding. Once that's done, we'll be able to test it, and we'll be able to go home.
What doing?
What you do, young boy? Just to do bleeding. Gonna do like the bleeding over here. Gonna try and play with this rubber nipple. And do the bleeder.
Just for a bit of context for everyone, it's a bit late. A little bit. Oh, why wouldn't you focus? Whatever, you get the point.
Because you know how we do. Got a track day coming up.
Got to do it last minute. Shout out BJ.
Got to do last minute prep work. You know, if I'm going to do a track day, I've got to make sure I've got work to do, like really late in the days leading up to it. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. I don't need a screwdriver for that thing.
Come on, I've already finished my bit. What are you doing? It's fucking late. It's really fucking late. So, I can't remember if we even told you how to plumb up the Willwood Hydromaster. But don't do it the way that we did it.
Hydromaster 3000.
The Hydromaster 6000 Platinum Edition Plus. Do not plumb it up the way that we plumbed it. We've got a little bit of a bum steer. So, you want to run from the master to the port that is furthest away from you when you install the hydro, not closest to you. So make sure you do that. Don't use the line that we did from the master to the ABS block either. Use the other one. Other than that, everything that could go wrong went wrong. We are battle worn and battle scarred, but we made it. And there is a working hydro in the 350. I think. Now we've ripped the head unit out because the hydro is not going to clear this anymore. So we're probably going to have to go back to a single din. The bottom surround for the shifter has to be cut out because of the hydro that this guy ordered is meant to be all hidden up under the dash. So we've got to cut the dash to try and fit that. So that's what Jesse is going to go and do. I've done all the hard work and removed the head unit. It was 4 very long screws. Yeah, so we're going to go do that now and then hopefully go home because I have work in like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. So the bum steer that we got was the line that runs from the master to the hydro, and then from the hydro to here, they were backwards. So we got told to do them one way, we did it that way, wasn't working. 1.5 litres of brake fluid later, and a new line, switched them back around, and Bob's your auntie. So now it's just a matter of tidying everything up, getting it somewhat back together, and then we're gonna go home. We were gonna test it in this video, but you're gonna have to wait till the next one, guys, and that will be at Archerfield Drift Park this Thursday. So, well, last Thursday. The Thursday yesterday. Maybe, depending when this video comes out. Anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed. It's a good little tutorial of sort of what not to do and what to do at the same time. It still works all in the end. If you want us to delve into it deeper, we probably can go over it at a later date when we're not so tired. But we tried. I don't really do how-to videos, and it's for this reason. Little things can always go wrong if you haven't used that exact kit before. So anyway, take it easy, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one. Peace.